Alright, welcome back to creating this awesome platform racer game. Today what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to create how the game's going to end, and either you lose the game or you win the game. So that's the main focus today. Again, I might make it a little more complicated. Right now I just have 1 star, I think, happen. So if you can see the game here, we have just the 1 star to collect, and there's a few platforms, and that's it. Okay, car moves around pretty nicely, but after a while it's just a tree, and there's no way to get more than 1 point. So what we're going to do today is we're going to actually go to your backdrops. So go there first, and we're going to go to the backdrop place here. I wonder if I should move this a little bit. So we have the logo screen, we have the start menu, and we have level 1. And now we're going to create 2 more screens, maybe 3. Might throw credits in here now too. The first one we're going to so I'm actually just going to duplicate level 1, and instead of calling it level 2, which you can do, you can create multiple levels for this for sure, I'm going to call this one game over, and by that I mean you lose the game. And then I'm going to duplicate that one and call the next one you win. And I wonder if credits could just be on the screen, or we could make something that's credits. We'll see. Typically in a game, I mean, you can have credits wherever you like, but a lot of times you'll play a game, when you win it, that's when the credits roll, and you know, all the music to celebrate is happening at that time. So anyway, I'm going to say just create 2 for now. You win and game over. And I really probably should call it game over, you lose, but whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint this. Now these right now are in bitmap, because I can see I can convert to vectors. That means it's in bitmap form. So if I go to fill this, I can fill it really easily, because bitmaps are easy to fill the background. Now when you lose the game, I'm going to make it a slightly darker background, and I don't think I want it to be purple. I don't want it that color either. Okay, so it's kind of like a gray, doom and gloom kind of thing. And I'm going to put text on it. And I want the text, I think I'm going to make them the bright text and make it white. And I'm just going to say game over. And people know that means you've lost the game, or typically anyway, that's what it means. I'll put that around the center here. And we'll just leave it that way for now, and the person will know they've lost because we'll put some sound effects to make it sound like they've lost too. Now to win, so normally it's this screen here. If we lose, it goes like that, so that's going to look nice. Now if we win, we kind of want to celebrate, maybe have some fireworks or something like that. So the background here, not sure what's a good winning color. Maybe light green? Sure. Why not? Okay. And maybe instead of saying you win, I'm gonna, well, actually maybe you win. Okay. You win. And you'll notice the text is in the same color as my background. So let's change that to something. Just for now. You win. I think I can just go highlight this. Oh my goodness, what if I change it like this? Oh yeah. So I want to just change it so that it's a nice kind of cheery color. Maybe a blue, a light blue. Okay. And also make it so it's quite large. Okay. So those are the 2 screens I've made. try to keep it simple here. And let's see how we do. And you'll notice the road is in the background of both of them because the road was, I took level 1, and level 1 has a road, so the road will still be there for both of these. Okay, now let's go to the code. Now, how do we get to win or lose? We should have a broadcast system, and I believe if I go to the control that there's already, sorry, if I go to events, there's already a when I receive, here, let me just scroll, put it up here for now so you can see the drop down. When I receive, oh, game over. So game over is there. We've already decided that, that when we hit this convertible here, we broadcast game over, which is good. That means that when we are up here, when I receive game over, we can actually switch to that backdrop. So we'll switch to backdrop, change it to game over. And you'll see that when we run into a car here, our first car, it'll switch the backdrop to game over. Oh, and I see also we have a game over already sprite. So what does this thing do? Oh yeah. I forgot we made that already. I guess we don't need this anymore. So I'm going to just delete that game over there because we already have this game over. Alright. Now, when we win, we want to show the other screen. So let's go back to the backdrop. Let's go to the code. I'm going to duplicate this one. When I receive, and we're going to create a new message. You win. Then we're going to broadcast you win. Okay, as simple as that. Now, the message you win never occurs yet, so we got to actually put that in our code somewhere. So let's take a look at our code. Here we have stars. If touching the driver, star collect. This is where we could keep track of our points, because you'll notice this is where we change our score by 1. And so we could actually put a statement in there. Let's say we collect, for now, let's just do 5 stars. Or maybe 3. Let's keep it low, just so that. So if score, I need the score. If the score is greater than, here 50, but we're going to change that to greater than 3, 2. If it's greater than 2, meaning that if it's 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, then what are we going to do? We're going to broadcast. We are going to broadcast. Sorry, yeah, it's under events. We're going to broadcast you win, and we're also going to end the cycle of collecting points, right? So we're going to there's a thing under control called stop all. If we bring that out, you can say stop this script or other scripts in the sprite. We're going to stop this script, okay? And we'll put that inside as well. And what that will do is once we get to 3 points, it'll broadcast you win, and then it'll stop trying to collect more points, okay? And we're going to put this right underneath the change score by 1. Alright, so this is what you should have now. I'll zoom in a little bit here just in case you can't quite see it. So again, it's after the change score by 1. We're going to check to see if the score is at 3 or more. And then if it is, I'm going to say you win and then stop the script so it doesn't keep going. Okay. Now in our game itself, you'll notice that we don't actually have multiple stars. In our star routine, we say to go to location that's on the side of the screen. We show repeat until going to -280. I notice the star is stuck there, so this should probably be, let's go to 270, something like that. We'll try that out. Change X by -10, that means it goes across the screen. If it's touching the driver, then we let you collect it and all that. And then it should reappear after a certain amount of time. Okay. And so I'm going to put in a repeat here that we haven't done yet, but it's going to be says repeat until. And I'm going to put that around I think I'm going to put around the whole thing here. And oh, you know what? We've been creating stars different ways, so I don't need to do this. Sorry about that. I forgot how we set things up. So actually, I think it's under the driver, isn't it? Where we have oh, it's not under the driver. So it was under the driver. Just give me a moment to collect myself here. I've forgotten already. How is this possible? Here it is, platform. Under platform is where we created all the things. Create a clone of myself. Yeah, create a clone of myself. Yeah, here we go. Broadcast create star. Okay, good. So in the star, do we delete the clone when I receive create clone? Oh yeah, okay. Oh no, this will be fine. It just didn't hide last time, so let's just see if it hides right now. So crash at the star. Yeah, see the star needs to what position? 249. So negative 249. I need to go negative 240. Let's say. There we go. It's gone. Okay, good. All right. So let's go to the platform. Let's create at least 3 stars to collect, and we might want the stars to start at different levels. I'm not sure, but we're going to basically broadcast create star a few more times. We need one more create star. Well, maybe let's just take this whole thing here, because there's a lower platform height. Let's duplicate this twice so that we have 2 stars. So now if we run, try to collect some stars here. You can jump. Oh, you can jump. Grab that one. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, let's try this again. There's 1 star. There's 2 stars. There's 3 stars. You win. Okay. Alright. So that's all working fine. There's a couple things we would probably want to have happen, and that is we don't probably, after you win, you probably don't want any more platforms to appear. You don't want any more stars to appear. You want everything to kind of to stop. And so the way we could control that, because we've decided to, or I've decided to do everything like this, where we have this set of things, we need to check once in a while if the level's over. And so just before we create a new thing, we should probably just double check. Oh man, this is gonna get ugly and messy. Am I regretting a little bit of the way we designed this? A little bit, but anyway, it's all good. We can say if we can say while, maybe. No, if we can look at, if you go to sensing, we can find the backdrop number of the stage, and we are going to, yeah, we'll keep the backdrop number. Now let's keep in mind number 3, right? Number 3, the third one, that's level 1. So as long as we're in backdrop number level, if we're in backdrop number 3, as long as we're there, we're fine. But as soon as we go out of that, so back to the platform, as soon as we go out of that, we don't want to, we don't want the game to continue on. Okay. The other way to do it would just to make us invincible, so it doesn't matter if we crash into things. That would be another way to do this, but for now, we're going to see if we can just stop things. So if the backdrop number of stage is equal to 3, then we'll do all the things inside of this if statement. You can kind of see it's like that. So we kind of need a bunch of these, and we'd put them around each section, I would suggest. Ooh, but maybe not the wait 2 seconds. We're not going to want that. We're going to want it to be after the wait 2 seconds, just before we're about to send the things out. That's where you want the if statements around. So, oops, don't want to add a comment. Oops. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller just so it's easier for me to navigate. Oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time here. A real hard time. So the wait 2 seconds stuff, I'm going to keep out of the if loops because don't think I need them. Duplicate. This is going to be really hard to manage. That's why I'm kind of regretting how I'm doing this. Okay, I'm starting from the top here. Try to do this in a way that makes sense. Wait 1 second, then we're going to check. The reason I just want to check every time. Let's duplicate that one. Alright, just before we send anything out, we want to check to make sure that the game is still going. Now you probably don't need to check right off the bat because you shouldn't have 3 points, so I put some code in here that's redundant and useless, and I appreciate that. The only reason I wanted to just show like the general structure of what we're doing. Okay, because you could always change so that you can get 3 stars right off the bat if you wanted to, but obviously you won't get 3 stars here or here or here. It won't be until actually this point. So really we didn't need to put any if statements until this point and beyond. And in your game, if say you had it set to 10 stars, maybe you don't actually put that if statement in until you could at least get 10 stars. Okay. All right, let's just see. I'm going to duplicate this a few times. Oh, not like that though. Okay, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of, a whole bunch of these at the end, just so to show you, because they're all providing a star as well, so you can see that you can win at different times, and we'll just see if this actually stops it from happening. So, collect 1 star, I'm going to ignore this next star, I'm going to get the next one, and the next one, and now I win. And now let's see, there should be some more platforms come through, but I'm in this stage, so it actually allows you to win right now. Alright, so that worked out really well. Now the game over thing needs to work. So let's take a look at game over. When we hit the convertible, that's where we broadcast game over. Now here also we want to stop everything. It'd be great if we could just stop everything and make a crash noise or something like that, and just everything stops. And so I think we could do that a very similar way that we just did the platforms. Let's start with the tree. It says forever do this loop, but we're going to actually say not forever. We're just going to do it if actually, I want the code from this one here. This piece of code here, this one here. So I'm going to drag and drop that into the tree. I'm going to want that in the cloud. I'm going to want that in the, although the cloud probably could still move. I'm going to probably want that in the convertible. What else moves? I think that's it. Okay, so let's go back to the tree first of all. And it's a bit of a mess here. but instead of if, we're going to say while, or repeat. No, while, I think. There's no while. Repeat until, while it's in other coding programs. Repeat until backdrop is now not equal to 3. We want it so that it is greater than 3. So it's either in the game over or the you win screen. So we'll take that out of there. We'll throw this one away. Oh, I could have said not equal to. Whatever. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to get the operator. We're going to say greater than 3. That means it's in 4 or 5. And we'll put that into the repeat until. We'll throw the forever out. We'll put the repeat until there. And then we'll put all this stuff back inside. So instead of the forever loop, now we have a repeat until. And then once it stops doing this, it will stop moving over. So I can actually show you how this works here. The tree thing. So the tree should stop moving once we hit crashed. It's kind of hard to tell because the tree was basically out of the thing, but it's not reappearing. Now the cloud thing, I would also like to stop it too. So I'm going to go to the cloud, and it is exactly the same as the tree, so it's going to be really easy. We're going to put this code under this if statement. No, I want the one from the tree. Repeat. So I'm just dragging and dropping that thing in there. Okay, so I'm going to put all the guts inside of there instead of the forever. Now we have the repeat until the backdrop. So let's just see what happens to the cloud when we crash. The cloud continues. Oh, it's because it's in here. Son of a gun. So, that's okay. I got an idea. I'll probably have to fix that on the tree too. The repeat until is fine. Let's duplicate that. Repeat until the backdrop is greater than 3. But we'll put actually this bit inside of here as well. And so I'll show you what we do there. So we're going to repeat until the X position is less than 290, or, okay, so that's this statement right in here, or the backdrop is greater than 3. So we're going to take the X position and put it in there. So we should have this. X position is less than -290, or the backdrop number of stage is greater than 3. So one of those, that's the Boolean thing. It'll keep repeating until one of these things is true. Okay. So now let's see. This cloud should stop now. Yeah, and actually it hid. I don't want it to hide, do I? Right. Okay. I don't want it to hide. So this is not exactly what we want. Look at all these things that we're trying out, and it's not exactly what we want. Okay, get rid of that or. Put this X position back in here. We're going to put an if statement in here. After we change X by -2, if the backdrop is greater than 3, then what we're going to do is we're going to stop this script. And that should stop it from moving. And it should stop it, it should hide it. So I can crash it, boom, there's a cloud. It's good. Okay, I notice the platform continued on, so we're going to have to put this kind of logic inside of the platform. And I think it's going to be this kind of thing, so I'm going to drag it and put it into the platform. And we'll go to the platform. Oh, but I don't want to do that for every single platform. Oh, but I got an idea. Yes. Okay, I'm going to say if. Oh, I could have done this. I have an easy. Sometimes you think of better ideas as you're coding, which is good. I'm going to actually change this to wait until the backdrop is greater than 3. And then stop, instead of this script, we're going to stop other scripts in the sprite. And we're going to actually put that when I receive level 1. We're going to create another when I receive level 1, so under events. When I receive level 1, then we're going to say, wait, I might actually put a delay. I've noticed sometimes it does things too quickly, so I'll put a little delay in there, and then you can see it's going to wait until the backdrop is greater, then it's going to stop all the other sprites. Okay, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, this whole thing, this code right here eliminates the need to put all these if statements in here. Okay, so I got some redundant code here. Oh, it didn't stop it though. Interesting. Platform did not stop. Huh. In this sprite. Oh, it's because those other ones are clones. Okay, let's say instead of when level 1 is started, how about we say when I start as a clone. We'll take the delay out. When I start as a clone, let's see if that fixed it. Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is probably what we want here. The other thing is we want to stop the driver from spinning around and all the jump speed and everything. So let's oh no, we're fixing this for the game over, but now if you win, the platforms won't go through. Okay, anyway, I could change that by just having it when you go to the game over sprite, like when the game over thing is number 4. Yeah. So instead of greater than 3, I could say equal to 4. Yes, man. There's a lot of tiny errors that I'm making here today. Let's do that. Let's do this. Hopefully you're following this fine. Hopefully by now you're just an expert at this. And when I have to make a change here, it's really quick. I'm sorry that you're having to make so many changes. So what I wanted to see there is, okay, if I crash, the platform stops, but if I don't crash, and I collect enough coins, the platform goes out of the screen. Yeah, that's good. Because you want to make it seem like you're still awesome. But now I'm wanting the cloud to move to, oh my goodness, what a disaster, eh? So this is going to repeat, but if it is, yeah, this one here I got to make equal to 4. Then we'll stop things. Okay, just want to make sure that the clouds continue to move after I win the game. It's a good thing I didn't create it so that we had to collect 10 stars. There, good. The cloud keeps going. You keep driving it. Good. I'm noticing this cloud is not getting far enough. The cloud appears to only get to -290, and so I'm going to change that to -280 on here, and then that should do it. Okay. What else do I need to do here? Oh, I probably should create a crash sound, and then that'll be it for now. I know this video has turned into a little bit longer than I was hoping, but we'll add the crashing of the sound, so there's a nice effect, and also I need to turn off the sound of this. So we're going to use similar code that we have in, I think we have this in the platform, don't we? So I'll drag and drop this one into the car. We'll do some modifications to it. Here, when I start as a clone, we don't ever do that, so we're going to change that so that the event is when I receive level 1, and I'll put in a slight delay there. And just before we stop we'll stop scripts in this sprite, but we also want to crash. And we could put the crash in the convertible where we actually hit it, but if we hit this you lose kind of thing, you know you've crashed anyway. So I'm going to throw it in here. Kind of seems a little weird, but let's look up a sound. Hopefully we can find an effect. We need a crash. Clang? No, not clang. Crank? No. Not that. Crunch. That's a crunch? Okay. That's not the best, that's not the best crunch. Glass breaking? That was not bad. Okay, the skid. I'm using the skid for now. So we go back to the code, and then I just play the start skid sound. So let's see if there's anything more we have to do for the crash. Yeah, that's good. Also, it'd be good to actually crash too. So let's add another sound in here. Effects. I need a smashing sound. Track? No. 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 That's not bad. For now, maybe I'll keep that. Okay, so we go back to the code. So the skid and then the... let's just see if they'll play them both at the same time here. Oops, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to do it. Yeah, this oops is too... Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want to spend a lot of time looking for this, but oops is not going to make the cut. We need something that's a quick crash. Could have a music one too. It's not bad. Okay, let's do the trombone. C trombone is what I'm using. And let's just see how that works. Yeah, it's not the best. Anyway, don't want to spend too much time on it. Let's see what happens when we crash. Does everything do what it's supposed to? Boom. Yeah, good. Sounds pretty good. Now what happens about the tree? Does the tree stop? I didn't tell it to stop, did I? So it looks like the tree is going to keep going too, unless we have the same thing that we had in the cloud. Yeah. So I'm just going to take that part of the code and throw it in here. Good. And now let's see what happens when we win the game. We do all the things correctly. I win, it drives off. Good. Excellent. So there you go. Now you've created a game. Hopefully you followed along, and with all my mistakes. Sorry about that. And you now have a game where you can win or you lose. Again, I encourage you to make it so there's more platforms, more interesting platforms, longer ones, shorter ones, that kind of thing. And go ahead and customize it so there's actually a game that you want other people to play. You can set the score so that it's more than 3. You can set it to 10 or 20 or whatever you want. There's a few more things that we're going to clean up here just to make this game a little bit nicer. You could have upgrades, things like that. I'm going to try to do one upgrade at least. And yeah, we'll see you next time.